Hello, my name is Nicolas Polymanakos. I work here at the Northwest Astrological Conference, otherwise known as NORWAC, which is happening May 21st to May 25th in person and online. Today, I'm with Janay Anthony. Hello.
Hi.
Good to see you. Good to connect. I informally ran into you, I think, at Norwax a couple of years ago, so on and so forth. So, and I'm really glad, we're all glad that you're going to be speaking here on Sunday. You have a lecture, May 24th at
Yep.
3:45 p.m. Pacific. It is called Radical Readings, Counseling Skills for the Socially Conscious Consulting Astrologer. Tell us a little bit about that, Janae.
Yeah, I'm really excited to be presenting this talk about, counseling skills for consulting astrologers because I get to incorporate my two biggest passions, which are astrology and being a therapist. And so, I'm very excited to be able to merge my knowledge and hopefully send folks away with some concrete skills to take into their consultations with their own clients. We'll also be going through a little bit of the ethics of being a consulting astrologer. And because I'm a therapist and I love a good case consultation, we'll also get to play with the things we learn and talk about how is this applied in a real world situation with a client. So I'm very happy. This will be my first time speaking at an astrology conference in person. So I really hope to see you all there.
Yeah, no, thank you, Janae. You're part of a certain crew of people in the astrological world that are trained therapists and that also do astrology. And just so you know, and anybody watching at home, it's always an interesting discussion, even with my history of being at the conference, which is 17 years. The to certain astrologers who are therapists who show up and other people who study the techniques, who study these things, but sometimes feel like they need something else and they realize it when they are in consultations with clients. And so I'm assuming a lot of what you're going to talk about here helps fill in that or brings some possible insights and tools for astrologers, correct?
Yeah, absolutely. I think astrology can be a very therapeutic tool, and I don't have the belief that you need to be a therapist to use certain therapeutic tools because part of this is part of my talk rather is examining the power structures that come up in a consultation room, and I'm a huge fan of looking at the power structure, questioning it, and sometimes dismantling it. And
Mhm.
so in terms of oh, but I'm not a trained therapist. I'm not licensed. Can I still do therapeutic work with my clients? And I think the answer is absolutely. And so part of the aims of my talk is to, one, reinforce that, yeah, as a consulting astrologer, you are in a position to help people, and that's a beautiful thing. And also when it starts to feel oh, there's really heavy stuff that's coming up. How can you stay trauma informed? How can you stay grounded and in a supportive role for your clients and feel confident and competent while doing that?
Yeah, no, that's fabulous. I think a lot of us in our industry and stuff, we're always looking for tools or to enhance what we do to support clients or the spaces that we're in, the things that we write, the videos that we make, right?
Yeah.
So you'll be doing that lecture on Sunday at 3:45 p.m. Pacific. Anybody watching, listening to this, you can go to norwac.net to see the whole schedule for the weekend, the speaker bios, the pre and post conference lectures. You can see the registration rates. You can pick one day if you just want to go on Sunday to check out Janae's lecture or the whole weekend. We still have in-person tickets, and you can also purchase online. For those who don't know in the past, even after the conference is over, everyone who registers for the conference, they have several weeks to watch the rest of the lectures they couldn't see live. We do other things virtually. We do Q&As during the weekend with the speakers in the Zoom rooms at certain intervals in between lectures. Janae, you'll be part of one here that's going to happen on Saturday, May 23rd at 3:10 p.m. It will be yourself, Ryan Butler, Stephen Forrest, Rebecca Gordon, and Bear River. So interesting crew of astrologers there.
Yeah, definitely in great company.
Yeah, no, it should be good. What happens is like I will be facilitating, or Laura will be, who runs the conference and the speaker at the conference, and people in chat or on Zoom who are watching from wherever they're home or wherever they're comfortable, they'll ask questions, and it usually turns into a interesting improvisational conversation with the speakers. And so that happens through the whole weekend. And Janay, you'll be part of the 3:10 slot p.m. on Saturday. Again, anybody watching, you can go to norwac.net for all the information. I'm gonna throw a curveball at you here, Janay.
Let's go.
Um, you're also, I just have to say this here. You're mentioning first time in person you're speaking, but you do have a place in the astrology world in another way, because if I'm correct here, you're also a current chairperson of the
Yeah.
AYA, the Association of Young Astrologers. Just quickly, if you want to say something about that for people watching who don't know.
Yeah, absolutely. I have been on the board of AYA, or the Association for Young Astrologers, since 2020. So a lot of my astro work in the past few years has definitely been more like channeled through the org. But essentially, if you are new to astrology, as a student, or if you're a new professional, a career changer wanting to make astrology your thing, AYA is an organization that really supports folks who are in this like beginner's mind state of their astrological journey. So if finding community and connecting with folks who are in a similar place is like interesting to you, I definitely invite you to check out AYA.
Yeah, no, I had to say that here because of so people know and understand, how you work in astrology in your life and the certain places,
Yeah.
so on and so forth. And for correct saying here, I don't know if you're in the Midwest or Chicago or
Yep, I'm in Chicago.
yeah, you're in Chicago. You're one of these lucky people that gets to be at another conference later in Chicago, really close. Like,
Yes.
yeah. So on and so forth. Janae, it's going to be great to have you at NORWAC. I'll be connecting with you in a couple weeks in person. For everybody online too, again, you can go to norwac.net, check out the schedule, speaker bios. Everything is on the website. Janae, I'll connect and talk with you
Yep,
soon. Okay.
yep, I'll see you there.
All right. See you.
Bye.